Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast, NFL edition. I'm your host, Sean Higgs. As always, it's a Thursday when we're recording. Doug Upstone, Matt Fargo joining me. We'll look to go last week 2-1 or 2-2 because I was in here, balls to the wall, Jaguars. They did cover, couldn't pull out the money line, but depending on what you did, it was either a 2-1 day or a break-even kind of day. We'll try to sweep the board. That's the goal here, to win every single one of our free picks. But before we get to those 3 free pick winners, hit the like button here on the YouTube channel, right? You like the free picks? Hit the like, subscribe, notification bell down so you know each and every time we post our free pick videos. We got NFL free pick videos. It's college football weekend, championship weekend. We have a special championship bonanza up right now, $79 for 2 days of plays. Get all the championship games Friday and Saturday. Can't beat that one. Because I'm sure, I know me, I got about 4 or 5 games. I'm sure these gentlemen have more than one game posted as well. So if you like somebody, I'm sure they have more than 2 games. This is the package for you to go and spend a little money at our sponsor site, gamblersWORLD.net, where we put all the premium stuff. Yes, we want to win these games. And, college football, I am 9-13 on the free pick videos here. But you know what, on the site? I'm 90-73. Go figure. I don't know how to tell you because NFL 18-7. That's a pretty darn good record. I'm 60-64 on the site. It happens. We have a leaderboard. Go check it out. Doug Upstone, Matt Fargo, get all of their plays there. I'm sure Matt has college football up for this weekend. I know Doug has college football, NFL for the weekend. You might even get some NBA. I know you'll get some ice from Mr. Ice. Doug Upstone, how you doing, Doug? What's going on with the ice? 27-5 or whatever kind of ridiculous run you're on.
12, the ice continues to be very good. Okay, 30-14 run. Okay, just across the board in hockey. So things are definitely they're more than trending in the right direction. It's been over a month now, so just good in a really nice groove. And like I said, in terms of just in the handicapping part of it, in the last decade, I belong with some other monitors as well, besides Gamblers World and such being monitored. And I got 4 number 1 titles in the last decade. And so, there's a little magic to the method here on that. So I'm going to look to continue it and keep it going. In fact, I got a play here today on Thursday that I really like as well. So that's available at gamblersworld.net. College football, you mentioned. Okay, that's been good. Last 2 weeks, 12-2. So happy about that. Hitting 60% in the NFL. The last, I think it's 3 weeks. Yeah, 60% in the last 3 weeks. So have that. No play on tonight's game. Despite I am going with the showing my my preference tonight. How about that? And so we have that, and then I think that's about it for what's really cooking right now. So we're good to go. How about what about? I know, Sean, you got to say. What about you, Matt?
Hold on before we get to Matt. That sweater looks like a Ditka sleeveless sweater. What is that?
It does, doesn't it? Yes, it's on that realm. That's for sure. And so yeah,
old school look. I like it.
It is definitely old school. I won't even bother to tell you how old it actually is.
They don't make sleeveless sweaters anymore.
Let's put this. It probably wouldn't go through the washer anymore. But you know what? To wear it again, and especially a day like today with the big game, why not?
Put it on a hanger. It's fine.
That's right. That's all you got to do. I'd probably wear it once a year. So
put on delicates for 20 minutes. You're good to go. Matt, any washing tips for the older clothes that are all cottony, not like today's stuff?
I have no washing tips. I'm not very good at that stuff, so I don't deal with it too much. So I have no advice in that regard. Looking forward to a great weekend, man. Tonight I have a divisional game of the month between the Packers and the Lions. 58-48 year to date in the NFL. I have a great year. I have my college football game of the year going Saturday. I'm going to post 4 more bowl games later today. So I'll have a full weekend of that. Full weekend NFL card coming up. Hoops is heating up. Big week so far. 10-5 this week. And I have 3 plays going tonight in college hoops and 1 in the NBA. And looking forward to Saturday, man. Saturday's going to be a huge card. I might have 20 plays going. Who knows? Could be 10, could be 20. Can't wait. Can't wait to dig in.
All right, so you listen, folks. Matt just said, game of the month tonight, which is great as a standalone. But he's got the college football coming up, NFL coming up, Doug as well. You mentioned his hot runs, 12-2 college football run, 60% NFL last 2 weeks. Forget about the 3-day pass, which is a great one to have, right? We got a little 3-day pass available comes in handy on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday championship weekend. You got the $79 deal for this college football loan at gamblersWORLD.net. Why would you do that? Why it makes it? I'm sure. And again, I'm not going to try to take some money out of Matt's pocket, but game of the month is going to be a little more. Game of the year costs more than a regular game. You get them both now because he just mentioned he's got multiple games. We try to help. We're trying to give you a little coupon. You won't step over $20 on the street. I don't understand it. I don't, because you see it on sites. People buy like multiple packages. Like, why don't you could have bought a pass for 3 days. It would have been cheaper than buying 2 games. I don't know. You could bring a horse to water, as they say, but you can't make them drink, right? That's how the saying goes?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So real fast, Matt's got his Blue Jay hat on. They are right in the mix for.
We're in it. Let's go.
Interesting if he goes there. Let's be honest. I mean, who wants to go to Canada? It's Canada, bro. What do we got up there besides maple syrup and elk meat? But they're at the top of the board there. He says a decision by Monday at the latest. I'm trying to think what sporting event he could screw up this weekend, because I think the commissioner screwed up with his golden bat rule with that nonsense. I'm done watching baseball. I'll never watch it again. I will get rid of my out of the park baseball that I have on my computer. Every baseball card except for my Bo Jackson. I got a graded card with him with the shoulder pads and the bat, and a Canseco rookie with his little mustache where he looks like he's like a 17-year-old, and my Mattingly rookie is probably Ricky Anderson. Everything else is going to a bonfire. I will never. What is this? A softball league? It's bad enough a damn fan. Whatever. I had events again on this phantom bat.
It was a trial balloon. That's all it was. It just he's putting something out there, see what people think. And then the other thing is, you say that, it reminds me of the Dr. Pepper commercial last year. If you remember, they were sitting there and they all start screaming, oh, this team's terrible. It's this, it's that, and then Brian Bosworth, the sheriff, says, hey, but it's the first play of the season. And they go, oh yeah. And so then the one guy that has the face paint, he goes running outside and he'd put all of his stuff in a fire and he's going like, oh crap. So that would be you. That would definitely be you.
Oh, listen, I'm not going to overreact to a football game. I love the Boz. I got a Boz helmet here.
Is that right?
The Boz.
Okay.
Signed mini. I like the Boz.
There you go.
Does it have? Oh, the Seattle one's the one with the dent in it that Bo Jackson did. Okay.
Yes. That's Bo Jackson ran him over. He gets a bad rap for his football. He was hurt, but I mean, he was a pretty good player, Boz.
He was, especially in college.
Not too shabby.
Little juice stuff, maybe, but good player.
What? Who wasn't juiced up in the 80s?
I know.
Baseball players weren't juiced up on the 80s. They were just on speed and coke. They juiced up in the 90s.
Right.
Yes.
And that's
the greenies.
That's another nonsense. Bud Selig gets into the Hall of Fame. No problem turning a blind eye to everything. And all of a sudden, the guys who carried that league, you can't put him in. And only certain steroid guys can't get in. Other steroid guys do get in.
Do you think Pete Rose will get in now?
He should get in. He should have got in before.
I totally agree with that. But do you think he'll get in now after the fact that he passed away?
The fact that the Reds have a sports book in their freaking place, he should get in. They have a sports book in the ballpark.
I think every ballpark does now, pretty much. Every state that is legal, and I think they all do.
What is happening to this world? Doug, right? Should he get in?
I don't have a strong feeling one way or the other, to be honest with you. I guess here's my question, because this is still true today, is there are still people in prison that got caught with marijuana. Okay. So whether they should be there or not is up to somebody's opinion, and it's not mine, but that's still true. Okay. In today's world. So, so it just, I mean, it goes both ways. Does it seem hypocritical? I will 100% agree with that.
For that, if you're in for a long time, it's more than just a couple bags of weed.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Maybe not in 1990.
I get. Well, listen, if you're doing 25 years for a dime bag, you should be out, since it's legal basically all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that have been released, but certainly not all of them.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing. I see where you're going. Exactly.
Yeah. That's all. I mean,
let him.
I was never a fan. Let's put it that way either. That comes into play with it too.
Pete Rose.
Yeah, he did nothing for me. You know, I just thought he was a grandiose person, big ego, and I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. Plenty of people disagree with me, and they have every right to on that one. I get it. Just didn't do anything for me.
There's very few really humble superstars.
True.
To get to that level, I feel that you have to be on a sociopath type of level because you have to care about something so much, whether it's a sport or making money or being a painter, whatever it is. You have to just be so disillusioned and not even care about anything else but your craft and yourself. Where you'd be like,
totally agree. You're like, if you think about it, like you could think about almost any superstar. You're right. Like look at Larry Bird. Everybody thinks, oh, this the guy from French Lick, this country boy. He was a friggin' asshole. They all are. Yeah. They all have egos. Every one of them. Maybe Cal Ripken. Maybe Cal Ripken's a bad term for him.
Well, there's a few who are probably down to earth kind of people, like whatever.
Sure, yeah. but the majority, yeah,
that's
majority for sure.
Few and far between.
So I have a question for Matt. Yes. Does that explain Sean then?
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just asking. That's all.
We're just being honest here. We're just being honest.
I am definitely beat to my own drum kind of guy. And okay, whatever. You're right. I'm like, well, that's just the way it is.
You know what? Among the things that I would like on my whatever I have, either a headstone or the urn deal there, I would just like to have that flashing thing that says he always went for the joke. That's what I would like to have on there. So it's my deal.
I don't know what mine's gonna be. I told the kid, I said, just throw me in the backyard. I said, you don't have to do nothing.
Or the other one I'd like to have is he would have lived longer except for overtime. So
your overtime bets, bro. You had a rough one last year.
I'm 1-7 in the last 8, so it's never stopped.
That's to start the new year. You're 1-7.
I'm 1-7 in the last 8. So I will lose. I have not had a winning record in overtime since 2010. As a year.
Are you a big underdog better? Because I am, and anytime something goes into overtime and I have the underdog, I know I'm shot. I'm done.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't matter. Underdogs, favorites, 3 ways doesn't make any difference. I have the full regalia going all the time. So I'm just kind of resigned to the fact that's just the way it's going to be. And that in fact that's among the reasons why I play as many 3-way 60-minute hockey games, because I figure why bother get lower odds and why bother taking favorites if I'm going to lose in overtime anyways. So
don't take the chance, right?
Yeah. Why? I mean, I'd lose either way. So
right.
Regulation or I lose in overtime. So no big deal. Move on.
The heartache is real, folks, for everybody. All right, we lose. That's the worst way to go when you think you have a good thing and it goes overtime and somebody's getting outscored 12-2, or just we're talking hockey here on a shootout or whatever. Well, on those happy notes, death, earned, overtime losers, let's talk happiness. NFL football, we've been doing pretty well with our NFL picks here. We're going to start with Matt here in the NFC West. Arizona, home versus Seattle. We saw these two play a couple weeks ago. Seattle pulls it out off of their dramatic win over the Niners week before. Here they are again on the road. Arizona's coming back. I know where I want to be on this game. I know what I like, but I'm going to let you take over here. 3-point favorites, Arizona. I think Seattle's a slight fave to win the West, but Arizona's maybe a $5 little bit behind them here. 3 and a 45.5 Seattle, Arizona, Sunday afternoon, Matt.
Yeah, I like Arizona in the spot. I'll kind of keep it short and sweet. I mean, obviously it's a must-win for Arizona. They're game back right now. They lose this when they're 2 back, and in reality they're 3 back because they would have lost the 2-game season series. So this is a must-win. I think the line is spot on. 3 points, for the home team in a divisional game. That's where it should be. The first meeting they lost 16-6. They were right in it. They got down to the I believe it was the 5-yard line in the third quarter, and they ended up kicking a field goal, and then never got a chance again. But the big difference was the pick six. They were driving, and I believe it was like a 70-yard pick six that the Seahawks got, which basically sealed the deal. They outgained Seattle in that game. I like them coming home here. Having lost 2 straight, tough loss last week against Minnesota for sure. But I like them at home. They had won 4 straight prior to that. The one thing that is a little hesitant is that Seattle's been awesome on the road this year. They're 4-1, with the only loss coming against Detroit. So that's a little concerning. But man, last week Seattle should not have beaten the Jets. I don't even say that being the last drive that the Jets didn't convert. It was they were up 21-7 in driving, and then there was a deflection, interception, pick six, which made it a ball game again. They could have put the game away right there if they had scored a touchdown and make it 28-7, but they didn't. So Seattle got that game. They come back. Another road game. They've owned this series. I think they've won 6 or 7 in a row, something like that. I think it's kind of meaningless right now because Murray wasn't in for all those games. But I do like Arizona in the spot. Must win. Sometimes they shade the lines based on the must win situation. I don't like to play it because of that. But I think this line is right where it should be, and I think Arizona wins this one pretty comfortably at home on Sunday.
Arizona -3 for Matt Fargo here, official show pick. And yeah, Seattle pulled one out of the hat last week. 3 road games in 4 weeks for them here. Arizona comes home 2 straight road losses. You kind of get right at home. The line was like a 1, it's up to 3. Makes sense to me. Doug, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, and this one, I mean, this game's being played about 12 miles from where I live, just right down the road, right on the highway. So got that here. And I actually would like to take Arizona here, and something I wouldn't mind discussing if we have time afterwards in terms of revenge in games. Just something that I've noticed this year. Anyways, but here's the thing. In the last few weeks, Seattle keeps finding ways to win, and Arizona keeps finding ways to lose. Okay, at least that's what I'm seeing here. Seattle, since 2020 against Arizona, 7-2 straight up. Geno Smith in the desert when he's played here, 5-0 straight up. Kyler Murray as a home favorite, 5-11 as against the spread, and 3-7 most recently. I'm not going to go full Sean Higgs on you here and just say that Seattle's going to win. Okay, I'm not going to go there. Okay, but my thought is on this one. You know what? Take a half a bet and put it on Seattle with the points, and take the other half of your bet and put it on the money line with Seattle. So Matt and I are going to disagree, and from my perspective, respectfully, but
that's totally fair. Totally fair.
I do like Seattle a little bit more just because of the reasons that I gave.
So Doug's going to go because I kind of like Arizona. Doug's a believer in Seattle to get done here. He thinks they cover and maybe even pull out the upset because they are a little dog here. But official show pick, Arizona -3 from Matt Fargo. Next up, Doug wanted the bad games. Like, man, Sean, you always get bad games. And I don't even know. This is a bad one, but maybe mine might be worse coming up. Who knows? Jaguars and Titans. The Titans, a 3-point favorite at home here. Total 39.5 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mac Jones taking over here. The Jaguars almost pulled it out for us last week. They lose the quarterback on a late hit or a early hit, however you want a bad hit on the head. He's gone for the year. Is that a blessing for the Jaguars? The guy had been 2-15 anyway. But are Tennessee a favorite? What? Come on.
Well, here's the thing, though. In this game, this game has similarities to the big game on Thursday, which is the Packers and Detroit. Both starting quarterbacks, okay, from the Packers and Detroit and Tennessee and Jacksonville were taken in the first 33 picks of the particular draft. Okay. You got Love and Goff, you got Mac Jones and Will Levis. Okay. Both games are division games, matchups. Brings a lot more intensity, right? So that's what we should get. There's one difference, though, however. The Jaguars and the Titans, they stink. Okay. So they're just 2 horrible teams. Offensively, just dreadful. 28 and 29 in total offense. Jacksonville has 2 number 1 draft picks on their roster. Okay. And they're 25th in scoring, Tennessee is 28th with a quarterback, their starting quarterback at his draft workout in Kentucky, and it was on YouTube and other places. He threw a football 50 yards from his knees. The first thing I thought when he did that, Will Levis, is that, you know what? If you're throwing from your knees, the play's over. Okay. So what good does that do you? Okay. To be able to do that. So I thought that was stupid. Let's see this one. So what's going to happen? Jaguars are 30th in points allowed. Titans, despite the number 2 total defense in the NFL, they're 27th in points allowed. I say both quarterbacks have some success moving the ball, and Levis comes with the added benefit, as we have seen this year. He's working his way up to becoming the next Jameis Winston, where he helps both teams score. So I'm going to go over 39.5 on this one.
Over 39.5. Show pick. Doug Upstone. Yeah, the old Jameis throwing pick six because Levis throws one. I mean, he started the season, like in 3 straight games throwing pick sixes?
Yep.
And yeah, hey, look, I can throw the ball from – I mean, this is the kind of stuff that the GMs fall in love with, right, at the end of Winter Olympics. Like, oh, you can throw the ball this far. Oh, look how fast this guy is. Well, can he catch the ball? Like, that's great he runs so fast, but does he know how to run a route? This isn't playing – with your friends in the street, running down the field and just throwing it 80 yards. These quarterbacks.
DeMarcus Russell.
Yeah, lots of, that guy. Oh, he can throw the ball so far. All right. How about, does he know how to run a play? Does he have any kind of Matt, your thoughts on this juggernaut matchup here?
I tend to agree. I would not touch either side in this game. There's no way. So if you're going to bet this game, bet the total. And Tennessee, their defense has been ranked pretty good in the metrics pretty much all year, but they're fading quick. They really are. And Jacksonville has the worst defense in regards to EPA in the NFL. And like I said, Will Levis can have success, and he can give it up. And they can go for Mac Jones. I mean, he looked pretty darn good last week in relief of Trevor when he almost got his head ripped off, and he actually looked pretty good. But can he keep it up? I don't know. Possibly against the defense is fading a little bit, and he is very apt to throw some costly interceptions as well, in his own territory. So who knows? Tennessee 6-2 the over last 8, Jacksonville 5-2 the over last 7. Both defenses get a ton of points now, and neither team is playing for anything. Just I could see just a gunslinging shootout on Sunday in this game.
So Matt's agreeing with the over. You know me. I like the Jags. Sign me up. It was 5. It came down to 3. Why not? Why Mac Jones playing for his life? This guy, he had a good year with the Patriots the one year, and then they screwed him up by bringing in different coordinators. This guy's a number 1 pick. He was in the top 3, right? I mean, he's got to be a little talented. I'm going to take the dog.
He was talented when he had talent around him in Alabama, but not so much anymore in terms of talent around him, which is the case of quarterbacks in that situation.
The thing with Mac Jones is, like last year, or the year before when Bill O'Brien was brought into New England. He coached Mac Jones for a year at Alabama, and he was supposed to be the guy to rejuvenate Mac Jones. And that didn't happen. So if he can't do it, he knew him. He knew him from college. He knew his tendencies and everything. If he couldn't do it, can anybody? I don't know. I root for the guy. My son's a big Pats fan, so we root for him, even though he's not on the Pats anymore. But
But who'd the Pats have on offense to give him the ball?
No, I agree. I totally agree with that. I totally agree. But he just looked like he was seeing ghosts all the time, and I don't know.
Official pick over 39.5 from Doug Upstone here. Jags and Titans. Matt Fargo likes the Arizona Cardinals -3. These are the free picks. Head on over to gamblersworld.net for the premium access. There you go. All access pass $69.99. You don't want that for a day? How about $79 for 2 days of college football championships Friday and Saturday? That's not bad. Or how about a 3-day pass Friday, Saturday, Sunday It's guaranteed we show you a profit or you get credit back and then you go at it again. Plenty of ways to make some money here at gamblersworld.net with myself, Doug, Matt, and our other handicappers on the site. So make the smart money move. Get on board today. Or maybe not today because it's Thursday. How about tomorrow when there's a lot of football for the weekend? That's a little better. Get on Friday, get Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm trying to help you out. I'm going to try to help you on this game because both of these teams need a little help. Maybe one more than other now of late. The Bears and the Niners. I said, Doug was like, you always take these bad games. Give me a bad game. So I saw the Titans. I'm like, they're a bad game. But can we put the Niners in here as a bad team? As they keep slumping and losing, 4-point favorites. Total 44 versus the Bears, who finally made a good decision. Fire Eberflus. Now, excuse me here. Bear with me. I got a little bit of a crick in my throat. This is a team, at the beginning of the year, I said, take the under near win total. I said, no way they're winning 7 games. Now I'm worried because the major part of that, besides having a rookie quarterback and just learning everything and a coordinator, and it was the head coach. You saw that guy just – make some bonehead plays. And you saw a young team with some just bad losses, the Hail Marys, the block, this bad mojo coming in, right? This bad, that's what happens when things are going bad. Everything, the whole world's collapsing. Last week, the proverbial icing on a poop cake for them, right? With the way that game went down. At least you're looking at overtime. But no. I'm going to be taking the Bears here. Am I as adamant as the money line as I was last week with the Jaguars? I don't know. You want to do both? Getting 4 points? Because the Niners somehow still being favored across. They're favored in every game this year, basically, except for I think one now. I think they took
one in the last 34.
This is like the Jets this year. The Jets are favored. They have 3 wins on the year. They're favored in every. They were not a favor to the Niners. Like. The Niners are getting the respect that they're a great team. This team has had problems maybe since week 2. The injuries, and we've talked about them on multiple occasions here, whether it's just coaching's in one ear out the other, they think they're better than what they are. Now you're in full-blown, we might not even make the playoffs. They're the furthest odds in their division to win right now with that they're what are they, 5-5, whatever they are, 5-6. Where are they going? Now, I don't think this is a blow-up kind of team. I think, the injuries are what they are, but I don't want to lay points with them at this spot. Give me the Bears +4, and maybe with him out the door, maybe they even pull out the upset in some kind of close game. If you like, I think this could be ugly one, right? I think it's going to be a low-scoring, ugly affair, so I'm going to take the points in that, sprinkle a little money line action here, though. But, Matt, what do you think? You're back in the Bears now that the big elephant's out of the room for them?
Yeah, I do like the Bears in the spot. You got the coach bump, 100%. He lost the locker room. There's no doubt about it. It's been disclosed. It was disclosed this week that he did, and I think they're gonna play for the new guy right now. They're gonna play for their jobs. They're not gonna quit. They're playing for money. They're playing for contracts. And coming off 5-6 straight losses now, that Washington game just really, really killed them. That really put a dagger in them. But man, the last 3 games. 3 division games, all within 3 points. So they're still playing hard, and I think the coach bump will get it done for them here. They're going out west, not going to treat it as a vacation. They're going to play hard, and with San Fran, like you said, with the injuries and Purdy, Purdy's not 100%. Is he any good? He's all right, but I don't think he's elite.
He's the game manager that everybody loves to have nowadays.
Yeah. He's a system quarterback, no doubt about it. Which in that system, it can work if everybody's around him, but they're not. Everybody seems to be out. I don't know if Trey Williams is back this way. I think he's still out, right? I think it's personal now with something going on with his family, which is unfortunate. Ed Bosa is going to be out again on defense. Yeah, I would say the Niners have cashed it in. They're still alive in the division, only 2 games back, but they're just not obviously playing well right now, and just something not right with them. Shannon's getting a lot of grief right now. It's not really his fault. I mean, they're just so banged up right now. And, I think anything over field goal is good. Right now, sitting at 4, yeah, I like the Bears in the spot.
I like the Bears. Whatever it is with the Niners, it's just not clicking right now. And I don't know what it is, whether it's just a tail end of a good run and they're going to have a bad year because you have a combination of injuries and attitudes combining. I don't know what it is. Doug, what do you think on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on this. And actually, despite the fact that Chicago's lost 6 in a row, I think they're in a better position because obviously we know all about the injuries. They basically got to start going with a third string running back now for San Francisco, and Matt mentioned the San Francisco system, and that's important because it's built around having a quarterback just do his job with excellent talent around him. And now that excellent talent is not around them. And so defenses are playing them differently. And so those wide open windows that Purdy has been able to throw the ball to, that receivers were running into the window for completions. Well, now there's a little less zone, a little bit more man coverage that you're seeing from there. And, at Chicago, I mean, it's 6 losses. You mentioned the Washington game, should have beaten the Packers. And they were in position to possibly win against the Vikings and the Lions. So instead of, pretty much at worst, they should have been 3-3 in those 6 games. But, everything that could go wrong pretty much has. So I got one other little nugget here for you in this one. Home favorites like Frisco, 3.5 to 10 points after 2 consecutive games where they forced 1 or less turnovers against an opponent that has gone 4 consecutive games with 1 or less turnovers. Teams like Frisco in that spot are a brutal 5-28 against the number. Give me Chicago.
Excuse me there, fellas. Yes, it's the Bears. Only way to look at it. You mentioned the close losses. Again, teams are going to have those. You think they kind of bounce themselves out, right? Even week 1, they caught the Levis pick sixes and no off. So that's one of those where it kind of offset. They're so heavy weighted to one side where the role of averages has to kind of hit them once or twice for the second half of the year. Other tough schedule, too. They got Green Bay, they got Detroit, this Niner game here. They got Seattle, I think, comes to town. But, yeah, definitely I think they're looked to be on a play-on team now with the coaching change and just kind of like whatever in the locker room kind of exhales or whatever the case may be. So I'm glad. All right, we all agree. Bears get it done with the points. Money line, perhaps. We're bearing it up here. Again, these are free picks. Bears for me, Arizona for Matt, over Jags, Titans for Doug. Free picks here. Hit the like button. For our premium stuff, as we mentioned, Doug, big game in a month going tonight. Matt with the game in a month tonight. In the NFL game, this will be posted as we do this here on Thursday. Go get it at gamblersWORLD.net. Doug, I don't know, he's passing on a night game, but he will be ready for Friday, championship college football, Friday and Saturday. Go get the weekend pass there for the weekend bonanza, $79. You can't beat it. 2 days of plays. I'm guessing you're going to get at least 4 games from each person. So,
absolutely.
Definitely price-wise.
way more.
Yes. I mean, I have what? I got 5 right now. I got a 5 up, and I'll probably add a couple totals to that as well. So you get your money's worth on the championship weekend of action from all the cappers at gamblersWORLD.net. But, again, Arizona, -3. Over Jags, 39.5. Bears +4. You want to do a little money line? They finally crack through and break the losing streak? We're not going to say no to that one. Tomorrow, the Football Live, Marc Lawrence, Victor King, and myself, 1 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Gentlemen, I will see you next week. Good luck in your plays. Take it easy, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.